Uptown, what's going on? We the brothers from the Galilee Christ Church. We came out once again to try to share some of this knowledge and understanding about the Most High God and how we as His chosen people are supposed to follow Him in truth and in spirit. Right now we operate in a time that we don't even understand or don't have the knowledge to understand that we operate in wickedness right now on this day, this very day. A lot of us think it's a time to spend with your family and enjoy the gift giving and all that. But the one thing we don't understand is the truth behind it. Really what we don't understand is that we're going against the Most High God. And for that, He's making us a base. He's destroying us in any way you can think of. He's destroying us. So because right now we operate in ignorance, we're not going to charge it to nobody's head or charge it to no one's spirit. Because our job of being the chosen is to come out and to give you the knowledge, to give you the understanding so that you'll have a choice on making the right decision on following the Most High God. A lot of us, we say we are following God. We're following a form of God, a form of Christ. We're not following the true Most High God, and it's because we don't have the knowledge. So on today, what we're going to do, we're going to try to give you some understanding, one, on what today is. Why are we doing it, and why are we in the place where we at right now? So we're going to start in the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6.
We're in the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy fathers. I will also forget thy children.
So right now he said that we are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, and we will no longer be His priests. See, as His chosen people, he created us to be a kingdom of kings and priests, meaning we were supposed to go out into all the land and give the truth of the Most High Word. But because we failed, because we rejected His knowledge, we will not be kings and priests to Him anymore until we repent and come back to His true Word. So one of those things that we didn't understand was we weren't supposed to address or operate as the heathen around us operated. Right here today, so-called Christians, we operate in the spirit of the heathen people around us. And we got in our minds that we're supposed to, adhere to what is going on within this world. But what we don't understand is the scriptures tell us to be in the world but not of the world. And a lot of us have decided, I don't want to do that. I want to be I want to be of this world. So we decided that we're going to follow the ways of this world. We keep it Christian, not realizing the evil satanicness of this day. We got a lot of children right now that a lot of people don't even understand are being sacrificed to the God of today. Because we don't want to understand this holiday and don't want to understand where the battle truly is right now. So we got to come out here today, and whoever it reaches, whoever it touches, that's all praise to the Most High. But we are out here today just to give you this truth, to give you the full understanding of what we're dealing with on today. Now, a lot of people don't understand Christmas, right? You're telling your children that today, is Christmas, when Christ was born. But our Bible, when you go into our Bible, there's no day in the Bible called Christmas. There's nothing in the Bible that's giving us the precise day of when Christ was actually born. You go into the Bible, you find out in the Bible that Christ was born during the harvest season. This is not the harvest season. This is the winter season. This is the 10th month, the winter season. So right now, there's things that we got to go into, or things that we got to show you truthfully about what today actually is, so people can get and make up in their own mind how they going to serve the Most High God, in truth and in spirit, or are they going to serve just in some level of spirit and not operate righteously in spirit? Let's go to Ephesians 6 and 12, because again, a lot of us say we got the spirit, or we operate in the spirit, but we don't understand when we say today is a wicked day. A lot of us say, nah, man, it ain't that, right? that you'll say that to try to cover up the fact that you operate in flesh. But our Bibles let us know that this is a spiritual battle that we're dealing with. So when we acknowledge days like today, we acknowledge the spirit of today. And that spirit is Satan. So let's go to Ephesians chapter 6 and 12 and get something on that real quick.
We're in the book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Against spiritual wickedness in high places. So a lot of us don't understand that. We thinking that it's a physical, this is a fleshly battle that we in. So a lot of us, we get lost at that. We get confused at that. We don't understand that. Because we don't understand that it is a spirit over Christians. And a lot of us, you know, we out here spending all our money so where next month we all gonna be in debt, trying to get out of debt from what we just spent during the Christmas time. This time of the year, they rape the black community. They take all our little bit of money, and we the reason why their businesses are staying afloat, because we spending over $1 billion for one day. And we don't seem to understand that. Why is that? It's systematic. It's the way they presented it. It's the way they've given it to us. Why? Because as his children, we done went against the Most High God. And in going against the Most High God, we're now stuck in a place where we think we're supposed to operate like the heathen around us. And this is not the truth. But I want to read something to you about Christmas. Christmas started with the sun worships during the time of Nimrod. Going to the Bible, Genesis, I believe, chapter 6, chapter 11, you can find out who Nimrod is. The man who supervised the building of the Tower of Babel. Thousands of years before Jesus was born, the heathen in every country observed December 25th as the birthday of a god, who was called the sun god. Last week we went into trying to show you that today is not the Lord's Sabbath day. We tried to show you that this is the first day of the week, Sunday. And it's a reason why today's name is called Sunday. Because in biblical times they worship, the heathen worship the sun. To this day, the Catholic Church still worships the sun. You look at some of the things and the rituals and the things that they do, and you see them with the sunburst. That's my brother. You see them with the sunburst, where they worship and they carry smoke, incense and things around for the sun, because they still worshiping the sun god. So it says here that December 25th was as the birthday of a god who was called the sun god. So Semiramis, the widow of Nimrod, his mother, look how wicked that is. His mother is also his widow. How does that make sense? This is the things that the heathen do. They're dealing with each other. It's incest, it's wrong, it's wickedness. But as it says here, that Semiramis, the widow of Nimrod, was his mother. She claimed to be the queen of heaven. And she had a son who was supposed to have been born on December 25th. His name was Tammuz. You go into the book of Ezekiel, where it shows you where we worship Tammuz and the sun god, the wickedness of our people. This is what we were doing. And the Bible speaks against us and tells us not to learn the ways of the heathen. Brother, go to Jeremiah 10:1. The Bible tells us not to learn the ways of the heathen. But the more we wanted to be like the people around us, the more the Most High God dismissed us. He continued to abase us. He continued to take away from us all the things in which he had given us, because we don't want to listen to his word. We rather serve the sun god. Like today, our people are going to their sunrise services and their early morning services. Why they calling it this stuff? Because they still worshiping the sun god. And a lot of us don't want to understand the truth. So therefore, we fall right into the trap of the traditions of men. So we right out here, right now, worshiping Santa Claus or Satan, real name Krampus. We doing these things because we try to be just like everybody else we see around us. and because of that, we're being destroyed. So it says, according to all the heathen religions of that time, Tammuz was a miraculous birth. And for centuries, his birthday was celebrated with feasts, revelry, and drunken orgies. This is what today is about. See, our people don't know this kind of stuff. Why? Because we won't pick no books up and read and study for ourselves. So right now, we just operating off what we see around us. And we being destroyed for this very thing. It's time for us to wake up and come back to the Father. The heathen celebrated Tammuz's birthday according to the very example he set for them. He was wicked, he was evil. He dealt with all of these things, drunken orgies, feasts, revelry, all these things. He was the world's greatest lover of women, strong drink, dirty jokes, and other sensual fun that birthday of Tammuz, the sun god. So people don't even understand what we operate in. But you go into some of these other countries, they are still operating in this same spirit. They having drunken orgies. They having sacrifices of children to their sun god. They're telling all these nasty, dirty jokes. You get around some of our people, we doing the same exact stuff. But this is the God that we serve, the sun god on today, Tammuz. Because we don't want to turn away from the wickedness of this of what's going on here. It says this all brought out. It's all brought out in a book called Alexander Hislop, The Two Babylons. Any reputable encyclopedia will also verify these facts. And I'm reading off of this flyer because those who have this flyer, I want you to follow along with me. Because you can take this information that we sharing with you and go home as well and study this stuff for yourself. So I'm being on the same level that you are on right now by reading off these flyers. Because I want you to get an understanding of what is being spoken of. And I want you to go and research it for yourself and find out if it's true or not. Because a lot of us don't understand this stuff that's going on. We think it's just, tales, things people have made up, but it's not. It's true. So it says we can't help it if we were born into a pagan world. And a lot of people, we don't know that. We don't understand that. We were born into a pagan world. All our different traditions that's going on in this world right now, they're pagan. Thanksgiving is pagan, Easter is pagan, Christmas is pagan. All these things are pagan. But when you let somebody know that these things are pagan, they get upset with you. So we say we're not here to point fingers at nobody. We simply here to give you a choice. That choice is to have the knowledge and the understanding so that you can go about and study for yourself and find out the truth of this. But if you don't want to hear it, you don't want to listen to it, then that's your choice. You're going to have to stand before the Most High God at the judgment seat and receive your judgment based on your own action. I just got to uphold my end of the deal, which is to be a priest to the Most High and come out and share His word. Go to Jeremiah 10 and 1.
We're in the book of Jeremiah.
Now we can ready to start going into the Christmas. We're going to start going into some of the things that we're using right now, the instruments that we're using. Because the Bible has already given us knowledge and understanding, one, on that Christmas tree that all of us run around here buying trees and putting them in our house and decking them and decorating, doing all that. The scriptures speak on it. Go ahead, brother. Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1.
Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them.
He said, learn not the ways of the heathen, right? Understanding that Christmas is a pagan holiday that came out of pagan Babylon. These are those heathen folks that the Bible was telling us not to deal with, not to operate with. But we choosing to follow the ways of the heathen. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 2, thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are in vain. The one cut up a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe.
So one cut up a tree